Our roaster's choice for September comes from one of my favourite coffee origins, Ethiopia, and from potentially one of my favourite regions within Ethiopia, and that is Sidama. Now, apologies beforehand for how I pronounce the name of this coffee. I've gone for Konkana, 2 Q's, no U's. I have no idea how to pronounce that one, but it refers to the washing station where this coffee was processed. And a washing station is a central location where coffee cherries are sent so that beans can be removed. 940 smallholding farmers contribute coffee to this washing station, and it has a key role to play in the overriding character of the coffee in the cup. A bit of a disclaimer, because it says on the front, processing honey processed. And I've actually used honey in the flavour notes of this coffee. But actually no honey was used to process this coffee. There is no honey in this bag of coffee. It's a term we use to describe a method of processing, that method of removing the beans from the cherries. So when the cherries arrive at the washing station, that outer skin is removed and it exposes a real sticky, sweet mucilage underneath. And they leave around half of that mucilage on the bean while they dry it in the sun. And as it starts to dry, it kind of takes on a very honey-like consistency, hence the term honey processed. And the aim of doing this is that they hope that some of that sticky, sweet mucilage imparts a different character onto the coffee beans as they dry. You know, coffee from Sidama, we're expecting brightness, we're expecting tea-like character, floral notes perhaps, but that honey process is trying to temper that a little bit and lift some of the sweetness in the cup. So let's see if that's the case. You are struck straight away by a lovely, bright orange acidity right at the front end. The kind of brightness that I expect and enjoy from a coffee from this region. And then it softens, it mellows to a lovely tropical mid-tone. And let this coffee cool. That's when those characters are going to come through. You know, when Harold was talking about papaya at the roastery, for me, you know, it's got hints reminiscent of a can of lilt, that kind of mix of tropical tones in that mid-range, and then it softens and leaves a long lingering honey sweetness on the palate. Absolutely delicious. I think it's got all the character I expect from a Sidama coffee, but that kind of honey processing is definitely lifting the fruit element in the cup. In terms of brewing this coffee, I tend to find that Ethiopian coffees and Brazil coffees for that matter seem to prefer a slightly coarser grind setting. I'm noticing when I grind my coffee that it's producing a few more finer particles, and those finer particles can tend to overbrew in the cup. So my advice for this one is go a little bit coarser than you normally would and see what results you get. As always, your thoughts, comments and questions on this coffee are appreciated. I hope you enjoy this month's offering and have a great day.